Have you ever been sitting in a room full of people, people you might even love, and felt a sudden violent urge to just vanish? Not because you're angry, not because you're sad, but because the very act of being seen has started to feel like a weight you can no longer carry. You look at the door, and you don't see an exit, you see a rescue. If you've ever felt the intoxicating high of a canceled plan, or if the sound of the rain against your window feels more like a conversation than anything a human has ever said to you, then you understand a secret the rest of the world is too loud to hear. You aren't antisocial, you aren't lonely, you are an architect of a very specific kind of freedom. Today, we are going to dive into the deep, often misunderstood psychology of those who prefer to stay home. We're going to talk about why your living room is a battlefield for your sanity, why your blank face is your greatest luxury, and why, in an age of constant connection, disappearing might be the only way to truly find yourself. Let's start with the invisible price we pay for existing in public, the sensory tax. Imagine for a second that your brain is a high-end microphone. For most people, that microphone has a filter. It only picks up the main conversation. But for you, the filter is broken. You hear the hum of the refrigerator in the back of the cafe. You feel the scratchy texture of the chair. You notice the micro shift in your friend's expression that suggests they're bored. And you're tracking the movement of every person walking past the window. In psychology, this is high sensory processing sensitivity. While the world calls you sensitive like it's a weakness, the reality is that your brain is simply working harder than everyone else's. You are absorbing 10 times the data, which means you burn through your fuel 10 times faster. By the time you get home, you aren't just tired, you are sensorily bankrupt. Your nervous system is screaming for a 0 point. That's why your home isn't just a building, it's a sensory sanctuary. It's the only place on earth where you can finally turn the gain down on the world and hear the sound of your own breathing. But the exhaustion isn't just physical, it's structural. Think about the social mask you wear. Carl Jung called this the persona. From the moment you step out of your bed and prepare to face the world, you are engaging in a massive, coordinated performance. You adjust your posture, you calibrate your smile, you filter your thoughts through 1,000 social sieves to make sure you're palatable. This performance is a silent killer of energy. Being perceived is a heavy burden. When you're in public, you are never truly off-duty. You are an object in someone else's field of vision. But the moment you turn that key in your lock and the world is shut out, something miraculous happens. The mask falls. You don't have to be someone anymore. You can be a body, a thought, a ghost. This is what we call radical authenticity. The reason you stay home isn't that you hate people, it's that you love the version of yourself that exists when no one is looking. You stay home to meet the person the world never gets to see. We're often told that by staying in, we are missing out on life. We're told that life is a collection of horizontal experiences, more countries, more parties, more LinkedIn connections. But the homebody practices vertical living. Instead of skimming the surface of 1,000 shallow things, you choose to go deep into one. You might spend an entire evening analyzing a single chord in a song, or watching the way the shadows move across your wall, or getting lost in the internal labyrinth of a complex book. To an observer, your life looks static, but internally, you are traveling at the speed of light. You've replaced the fear of missing out, FOMO, with the joy of missing out, JOMO. You've realized that most events are just noise designed to distract people from the emptiness of their own company. You stay home because you aren't afraid of what you'll find in the silence. You've made peace with the person in the mirror, and that is a level of psychological maturity most people will spend their whole lives running away from. And finally, we have to talk about sovereignty. The world outside is a chaotic, unpredictable storm. You can't control the economy, the traffic, or the cruelty of strangers. But within your walls, you are the god of your own universe. You control the light,
the scent, the temperature, and most importantly, the guest list. Psychologically, your home serves as a controlled variables environment. In a world that constantly tries to strip away your agency, your home is where you take it back. It's a form of emotional regulation. You aren't retreating because you're a coward. You're retreating because you are a strategist. You are building a fortress of peace so that when you finally do decide to step out into the light, you are doing so from a place of absolute, unshakable strength. So, if you're listening to this from the comfort of your own room, with the world locked outside, don't let the guilt find you. You aren't wasting your life. You are cultivating it. You are protecting the only thing you truly own, your peace of mind. The world will always be there, waiting to demand something from you. It will be there tomorrow and the day after that. But tonight, you have the right to be invisible. Stay in, breathe. You're exactly where you need to be.